Okay, on this next one, we're going to add polynomials. 9.2 on the notes is actually adding and subtracting polynomials. Subtracting is a little bit more difficult, so I wanted to just start with adding. The most important part of adding polynomials is to combine like terms and also to measure up what we've got, and I will show you how we do that. So on the first one, this one is pretty easy. They're both in standard form with the variables in the front. They don't have any exponents. So what we would do is we would take one of these in parentheses. We didn't want a line. And we'd start with negative 5x minus 2. We put our plus sign here. We do the next one, and we match up the variables. So this one has one variable. This one has variable, so it's really easy. But negative x. And then plus our constant, like a like term. So it's pretty easy to go straight down. So we do negative 5x minus x, which is, of course, minus 6x, because we're adding another negative onto it. Sometimes it hates my pen. And then we do negative 2 plus 6, which is plus 4. And that is our answer. So that one's kind of an easy one. The next one, we actually have to rewrite one of them in standard form. If you will notice that this one is not in standard form, so we're going to have to rewrite it. So what we can do is rewrite that one first. And so we write our parentheses. We find our like terms. This one is going to match. Well, I didn't want a line. This one's going to match this one, this one's going to match this one, and this one's going to match this one. Now that gets kind of confusing. So what we're going to do is find our biggest like term first. So we have our 6x2 minus x plus 3, and do our parentheses, because this one's already in standard form, but this one is not, so we have to rewrite it so that it matches when we add to combine the like terms. So we need something that has an x squared, or x to the power of 2, and we have that right here. So we're going to put that one first. There's no minus sign on it, so it's easy enough. We're just going to write x2. And then our second one, we have a minus x, so we need to find a variable that has no exponent, and it's this one, and it has a minus 2x. And then we have a minus 7, which matches, since it's just a constant, this constant. So we would put a minus 7. And I know that looks kind of confusing. I'm going to erase all of this so you can kind of see what we started with. And then we're going to put our line and we're going to add them. So 6x squared plus x squared, they're combined terms since it's x squared, is going to be 7x squared. And then we have minus x minus 2. That's going to be minus 3x. And then we have plus 3 minus 7, which will give us a negative 4. And that is our answer. All right, this one gets even more confusing because now we have a term that's not even in this one at all. So what we do when that happens is either you can write it like this. The negative 8x3, because it's going to be in standard form, we do minus nx squared. And then this one's our next one because it has a variable, plus x, and then our constant plus 2. Okay, so this one is this in standard form we just wrote. This one's already in standard form. It just is missing that cubed exponent. So what we're going to do is we'll go ahead and write our parentheses right there if we want. We don't have anything to put here, so we're going to leave this blank. And then we're going to do our x squared, and that's a plus 8x squared. And then we have minus 2x plus 4, our plus sign, and then we're going to go straight down. So this one comes straight down because there's nothing to bother it, so it's negative 8 cubed. And then negative 9 plus 8, of course, is negative x squared. You can put a 1 in there if you'd like to make it easier. I don't do that. I just write the negative x. And then this one is plus 1x, or plus x minus 2, which would be, of course, just minus x, or minus 1x squared. Or what is minus, I'm sorry, not squared, just minus x. And then 2 plus 4 is plus 6. And that would be our answer to that one. And so it gets a little bit confusing the more you add. So your steps, you do have steps. You have step 1. Write in standard forms. Two, you would combine any like terms within parentheses if there were to be. We didn't have that example here. Oops, that's an E. 3, third step, would be to match up our terms. So that it was plus 3x squared to um, 2x squared, because it's like terms. And then to 4 add together. So that's kind of the steps to it. If you have any questions, go ahead and rewind. Start from the video from the very beginning, write them down on a piece of paper, and see if you can do it on your own. And then forward through the video and see if you got the right answers. All right, thanks.